While desolate wooded areas might seem like a creepy place to go, densely populated urban areas will ultimately become the first place to suffer from heavy casualties during the zombie apocalypse. When trying to make a run from the hordes of the undead, we should make it clear to get out of town and search for a remote uninhabited area. While it's possible that zombies could still be here, it's highly unlikely that any of them will be able to climb mountains. Not only that, but searching for a higher ground will ultimately give you a proper vantage point to see what's going on down below. From desert mountains that still have easy access to water to places with ski resorts that should be great for looting, here are the greatest mountains to escape the zombie apocalypse.
Hey you, the one looking at the screen. Do you think you're prepared for the zombie apocalypse? Well, if not, then you should probably stick around, because I'm about to bring you another epic Americanized zombie video.
But first, we'd like to give a quick shout out to Jay for leaving us his comment on our recent secrets revealed by McDonald's employees video. Jay apparently worked at Wendy's, and he's claiming that the beef is actually frozen despite their advertisements claiming otherwise. We'll take your word for it, but Wendy's just still seems a little bit better for some reason. Number 9. Fortification Hill/Lake Mead. In the middle of the Nevada desert, probably the last thing you'd expect to see is an enormous lake, but rest assured, it's there. This body of water was created after the installation of the well-known Hoover Dam, which blocks the Colorado River. Lake Mead is the U.S.'s 5th largest water reservoir despite the years of drought in the Mojave Desert. Controlling this massive amount of water isn't an easy task, but due to the fact that it's almost completely surrounded by mountains, hiding out somewhere doesn't seem too difficult. One prime location if you want to get a bird's eye view would be at Fortification Hill on the Arizona side of the lake. This is one of the largest peaks that surrounds Lake Mead and should give you a prime vantage point of scoping out zombies or lake lurkers coming out near your hideout. It might be fairly hot here during summer, but if you're not fit for surviving in cold climates, this could be a suitable place as well. Also, if you find a way to generate power from the Hoover Dam, you can bring the lights back to Las Vegas and restore humanity. Number 8. The Gibraltar Tunnels. Gibraltar is located at the southern tip of the Iberian Peninsula, and the famous Rock of Gibraltar is visited by many people each year. But many might not realize that this famous rock was actually transformed into a bunker by the British, which consists of 34 miles of underground tunnels, which is nearly twice as long as the city's road network. Made of limestone, this mountain is perfect for carving up and being utilized for zombie protection. The first line of defense was created in the 1700s by the British, but it greatly expanded into an underground garrison for troops. During a time when boats will replace most aircraft, Gibraltar will become a more important area during the apocalypse. Number 7. Cheyenne Mountain. The Rocky Mountains in general are a great place to be when the apocalypse strikes, but it gets even better at Cheyenne Mountain. The only reason Cheyenne Mountain isn't higher on this list is because we don't know exactly if the military will let you in or not. It was built during the Cold War as a military installation and is capable of withstanding multiple nuclear strikes, chemical warfare attacks, and most importantly, biological attacks. However, the 25-ton blast-proof doors found here won't be easy enough to get through just with a battering ram, so hopefully someone will let you in. Cheyenne Mountain is often referred to as the Fortress of America. The complex is almost like a small city underneath 2,000 feet of solid granite rock and is basically the biggest and baddest nuclear bunker ever made. There are far more armed guards and security here than the Pentagon. All kinds of accommodations are found here with plenty of guns and ammunition just in case. Consider hiding out in Aspen if they don't let you in. Number 6. The Alps. The Alps are a great choice for numerous reasons. The alpine meadows will provide enough vegetation for animals to graze, plenty of snow to melt into water, fast diverse wildlife, low population densities, small villages high up enough to not be touched by the apocalypse, and so on. The Alps are home to plenty of ski resorts of the rich and famous, which are all just waiting to be looted. This cabin here, called the Refuge de Goûter in France, is found on Europe's tallest peak, known as Mont Blanc. It's gonna require a helicopter to get up there though. Good luck to any zombies trying to get up here. Many climbers in the Alps are accustomed to camping out here, but it's still possible that zombies could be lurking in countryside villages. Some of the freshest water in the world comes from the Alps, and even establishing a settlement in their train tunnels could prove to be effective. Hopefully by the time the apocalypse strikes, you'll have already watched this video and are ready to make your escape. Number 5. Olympus Mons. Humans might have to take a quick trip to planet Mars in order to escape the zombies. The largest geological structure in our solar system should be safe from them. Should be. Olympus Mons is what it's called, and you can see it rather clearly in this image popping out of the surface. This was captured by the Phoenix Mars lander in 2008, and this volcano rises 13.6 miles high. If you put this thing on Earth, you can tell it would be about as large as the country of France. Although the slopes aren't too steep, with that much size at the base, it wouldn't be clear theoretically for a person to know if they were at the summit or not. The slope of the volcano would cover up a horizon, even if it was on a clear day. The real mystery about this place is that if it's still active or not. Scientists feel as though right now, Olympus Mons is just dormant and might be taking a quick break before it erupts again someday. But in any case, it should be far away enough from planet Earth that there shouldn't be zombies here. Number 4. Mauna Kea. If you want to make the most of your time during the zombie apocalypse, why not hide out at Hawaii for a little bit? Not only does it help that Hawaii is made up of islands far away from the US where the chaos must be going on, but also due to the fact that the Big Island is home to one of the tallest mountains in the US. Mauna Kea is the highest peak in the state of Hawaii, reaching nearly 14,000 feet above water. The native Hawaiians find this place to be a sacred place. In fact, it's technically the tallest mountain in the world from base to summit, but the base just so happens to be underwater. From the peak of this massive dormant volcano, amazing views of the cosmos can be seen due to the darkness of the ocean that surrounds it. For this reason, it's also sought after by astronomers who want to build a massive telescope to peer into the final frontier. People hiding from the zombies might also be able to make themselves at home inside the structures that house the telescopes. Native Hawaiians protested the construction of the Mauna Kea telescope on the sacred volcano, but were pretty sure that they wouldn't mind hiding out in case of an apocalypse. You'll also be able to treat yourself to some sources of fresh water and animals that inhabit the mountain. Number 3. Mount Cook, New Zealand. Many would consider New Zealand to be a premier refugee location during the case of a global catastrophe, such as the zombie apocalypse. They're surrounded by thousands of miles of ocean and isolated in the South Pacific. Some believe that wealthy business people are already prepared to hide out in New Zealand during the case of a doomsday scenario. The country is pretty self-sufficient and they have everything they need to close themselves off from the outside world. Plenty of food, water, energy, seafood, you name it. It's also home to the world's cleanest lake known as Blue Lake, so it seems to be a great place to spend the end of the days. The only way a zombie could actually get here is through a ship, but if you're at the tallest peak of the country, you shouldn't really have anything to worry about. Mount Cook is also located in the southern part of the country, next to Lake Pukaki, which would be an excellent source of drinking water, but keep your water purification tablets handy just in case. Number 2. Galp hop pickin'. Alright, so if you're looking for a mountain in Northern Europe that's not too difficult to climb, Galp hop pickin' should be a good choice. It's situated only about 8,100 feet above sea level in the southern part of the country and is the tallest mountain in Norway. You'll need a car or motorcycle to travel up part of the mountain to a spot known as Jøfhavstiga. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Once you're there, it's only about a 3-hour hike to get to the top. During hot summer days, a few hundred people or so will reach the summit each day, so we have confidence a lot of you guys can make it. Once you're at the top, you will have successfully escaped civilization and only see other mountains in the far distance. You can certainly expect the water to be fresh with plenty of glacial ice and snow to melt, which should be boiled. The hike appears to be quite rocky, as you should expect, so you need your best pair of hiking shoes to make it there. It doesn't appear as though there's a lot of wildlife in the area, so you may need to bring your own food supply. However, the surrounding area does offer a lot of wildlife such as elk, deer, fox, trout, and many other animals. But who knows if zombies are still lurking around, so watch out. Before we get to our number 1, what mountain do you think would be the best to escape during the zombie apocalypse? Let us know in the comments section, and the best answer will get featured in an upcoming video. And number 1, the Himalayas. Considering its elevation above sea level, the Himalayas could be the perfect mountain range to spend your end of days. However, you might not really want to head all the way to the top of Mount Everest, since animals might become scarce at very high altitudes. Consider going to a country such as Nepal to escape the zombies and lose yourself at about 1,600 feet elevation. That's where you'll find animals such as the tahr. This huge rare mountain goat is found in rocky to mid-range elevations in the mountainous regions of Nepal. This species of mammal has a fairly small head in proportion to its body. This tahr here, photographed in Nepal, almost has a mane similar to a lion. You can tell how thick its fur can get, which will keep you warm. But also beware of the brown bear, the Tibetan fox, and birds that might attack you. If you live the way the locals do, you can eventually domesticate yaks. It will provide you with warm furs, transportation, milk, and of course meat.
So do you feel more ready for the zombie apocalypse? Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications.